Hello everyone, this is Sora LaChance. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. I thought I'd do something a little bit different and actually just kind of let you guys know everything I have pre-ordered figure-wise coming up, just so that you can kind of know, what my channel is about, what kind of figures I like to pre-order, and know if you're looking forward to anything coming out to see if you want to subscribe or not. So please stay tuned, see all the different figures. I can tell you about them, how much they cost, that I have pre-ordered, and a couple things that I want to pre-order as well. So please, thank you so much for tuning in right away. Let's get into everything I have pre-ordered. I actually already pre-ordered 2 figures that came in this year that I already kind of got before I was able to record this video. The first one is the Shin Godzilla 2016 Nendoroid. I actually made an unboxing for him already, so you can go check out a video of him on my channel now. Unfortunately, there were a little bit of audio issues in that video, so please forgive me in advance if you go to watch it, but thank you so much if you do. And then the second figure that I already pre-ordered is just a very simple Angel Dust from Has Been Hotel by Bam Presto. It's a small figure, it's like $20. I try not to get that many figures like that anymore, to be totally honest. But how else am I going to get a figure of Angel Dust? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Has Been Hotel, and I'm super excited to have that piece in my collection now. Now, on to figures that I actually have pre-ordered coming up. The first off is going to be God Loki. I got Loki from the final scene of Loki Season 2. Loki is supposed to be 1/6 scale, and he's by the figure Hot Toys. I do not own a whole lot of figures by Hot Toys. They tend to do a lot like more Marvel comics and movies and stuff like that than anime and video games like I typically collect. But I'm getting a lot more into Marvel lately, and they make really, really amazing things. So I'm really excited to continue to diving into that collection and having a little bit more. Loki immediately became one of my absolute favorite characters of all time when I saw Loki, especially Season 2 with the way that it ended. I actually pre-ordered this figure 2 years ago. I pre-ordered it in the very beginning of June 2024. And at this point, I really thought that I was probably going to see Avengers Doomsday before I ended up getting this figure finally. But it actually just shipped yesterday. So expect this unboxing video of Loki really, really, really soon. I cannot wait to get him in the mail. I actually have a specific place all set up and waiting for him in one of my Marvel shelves. And I'm just cannot wait. He's just so beautiful. I cannot believe how much it actually looks like Tom Hiddleston. But I will say right away that I do plan on setting him up on his throne. When I saw him on the throne in the multiverse, shed that one tear, that's one of the greatest moments that Marvel has ever created in the MCU. And to be able to have it as one of my figures in such a realistic way truly feels like something I never imagined I would have collected like 10 years ago when I started doing this. Is another version of him. It's called the Artisan version of this Hot Toys 1/6 scale God Loki figure. The only real difference, it costs a little bit more, is that his hair is made of wool, so his hair is more realistic. It costs about $50 more. The figure's already about $250. The only reason I decided not to spring for it is personally, I prefer it sculpted. I like my figures to look like they're in place, and I feel like wool over time just feels like it would end up getting messed up or look kind of weird, so I really just in the end decided I just wanted the normal version of this Hot Toys figure of God Loki. But I cannot wait to get him in. He looks absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, pre-orders for Loki are sold out. However, the Artisan version only has 250 and not that many have been pre-ordered. So that one does still have a few available if you're interested in it. Next up, we actually have Cait Sith from Final Fantasy VII. Cait Sith and Fat Moogle Bring Arts by Square Enix. I'm trying not to collect as many posable like Bring Arts anymore. Hot Toys is one of the only Bring Arts I still do want to collect. But there's not really another way to get a figure of Cait Sith and Fat Moogle, and I've always really wanted one. And now with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it was so amazing getting to play as him and really dive into the character a little bit more. So when they released this figure, I really, really, really wanted it. I actually already tried to pre-order it on Amazon. I try not to pre-order figures on Amazon because they tend to cancel them last minute, and that's exactly what happened to me. Then last minute, I had signed up for a wait list on Sideshow, which is where I also pre-ordered Loki. This was only about 3 weeks ago, and they were just like, hey, we have another one available. You want one? So I went ahead and joined it. I pre-ordered it. It's a little over $100. It's another reason I don't like Bring Arts that much anymore by Square Enix is because I feel like they're a little pricey for being these small, little posable figures. But either way, I'm excited to have a Cait Sith and Fat Moogle. He looks really, really, really cool. I'm so excited to be able to add him into my Final Fantasy VII shelf. Unfortunately, since I did own a waitlist, pre-orders for Cait Sith are now sold out. Now, Cait Sith is supposed to come out in February, but in March, I already have one more coming in. I have Final Fantasy XIII Lightning. It's a 1/6.5 scale figure by Goodsmile Company. I am so excited that Square Enix is finally outsourcing some of their figures to people like Goodsmile. I've always said that Square Enix should make more statues instead of figures, and this one just looks so dynamic. They released 3 in the line. They actually already released a Final Fantasy 15 Noctis, which I'm really sad I didn't get, but each figure is a little bit over $200, and I just kind of decided I don't think I love Noctis that much, and his play art does already look good. I decided I don't really think that I need that one. However, there is also a Thrawn from Final Fantasy XII coming out in that same line, and I really do want Thrawn. As soon as that one's up for pre-order, I think I'm definitely going to do that one as well. But for now, Lightning is on her way. She should be here in March. She may get pushed back, but I hope she doesn't, because I feel like I've already been waiting a little while. I did pre-order her about a year or so ago, so please look forward to that one as well. I know I am. One more figure, actually, I really want, speaking of Noctis and Thrawn, is I really, really want this Roxas by Form-ism. Square Enix has been making their own line, not just Goodsmile Company, of their own statues instead of figures. I already own a few. I own the Sora and Riku in this exact same line, and now they're making a Roxas. His pendant is the base. It looks so amazing and dynamic. I think I'm going to end up springing for that one as well. He comes out in April, so I have a little bit of time, and he is still up for pre-order. I just kind of haven't fully decided to do it yet because I already have a lot of pre-orders. And next up is actually a figure I did not pre-order myself, but for Christmas, my husband surprised me. I never thought I'd own this, but there's a 1/7 scale Madoka and Devil Homura statue by Prime 1 Studio. I have always wanted a figure by Prime 1 Studio. They make the absolute amazing, giant, dynamic figures, and now I'm finally going to have one. The reason I didn't pre-order it is this one is around $800, and at the time I was not sure if I'd be able to do it, but my husband surprised me last minute, and now it is on its way. This one's supposed to be here by May of this year. I was always so sad that I missed out on both Madoka and Homura in their original Goodsmile lineup, and so now I'm going to have an amazing figure of both of them. Madoka Magica is absolutely one of my favorite animes of all time, and so I am so excited to have this beautiful piece in my collection. I don't think she's going to fit in one of my shelves. She's going to have to stand on top of the figure cases, but I don't even care because she is absolutely gorgeous. This one does also actually have a bonus edition that came with it for about $20 more. All it comes with is a special limited edition postcard of the figure. I kind of just decided I don't really think that we need that, so we got the one without it. It's just the regular version, but I'm not displeased by that at all. It doesn't feel like it matters that much to me. But some are still available, even though this only comes out in May. So if you really want this Madoka and Devil Homura figure, you can still go and pre-order it. The last one I have pre-ordered for this year that I know has a release date is the Form-ism figure of Final Fantasy XVI. It's called the Eyes on Home diorama. I think it's really interesting that they're calling this one a Form-ism because the rest of the Form-ism figures are just one character each in a slightly dynamic pose. And this one is claiming to be a diorama that is fully viewable from all 3 sides of all 3 characters, Clive, Joshua, and Jill. And Joshua is even holding Torgal, so this comes with all 4 canon party members. I know it's missing Sid or whatever, but these are the main core party members of Final Fantasy XVI. The only character I have so far is just the Ifrit versus Phoenix figure that came with the original Final Fantasy XVI Collector's Edition, so the fact that this is coming out just has me so excited. I really honestly prefer Clive's younger version and wish he looked like that the entire game. So the fact that he's coming, that one should be out in around May. It says May to October on the website, so my guess is that one might be pushed back a little bit, most likely closer to October. Pre-orders for the Final Fantasy XVI Form-ism Eyes on Home diorama unfortunately is sold out already, so you're going to have to get that one in the aftermarket, where most likely it's going to be a little more expensive. I already pre-ordered mine for a little close to $300, so my guess is that one's going to get pretty expensive pretty fast. Now, next up, we have all of the figures I have pre-ordered that do not have specific release dates yet. The first one, I'm actually going to start off with something I pre-ordered the longest amount of time ago. I pre-ordered this Yu Yu Hakusho Yusuke versus Toguro figure, Elite Fandom statue by Figurama. I pre-ordered it over 2 years ago. I pre-ordered this in May 2023, and it is still not out yet. However, I do have 2 other figures already by Figurama. I have the Dororo and Hirakimaru. I also have the Teresa and Priscilla from Claymore. Both of these figures are absolutely amazing, and both of those took a long time as well, and they are some of the most amazing figures in my collection, so I absolutely cannot wait for this Yusuke versus Toguro. Yusuke is one of my favorite characters of all time. Yu Yu Hakusho will always be my favorite anime, no matter what else comes out in the future. I grew up with it, it's so dynamic, and no matter how many times I rewatch it, I still think the story and characters are written better than almost any anime nowadays. It's by the same creator as Hunter x Hunter, so if you've never checked out Yu Yu Hakusho, definitely go check it out if you're a Hunter x Hunter fan, because I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho is overlooked nowadays since it's older, but it's truly one of the best anime of all time and has way better character development and pacing than Hunter x Hunter ever did. There are only 500 of this figure in existence, so I feel really special that I was able to get one. They're all made out of PVC and resin figures by Figurama. There are 3 face options for Yusuke. I'm definitely going to have him in his more like angry, fighting, yelling face, and I think I'm going to put him upside down. The moment I saw I had an upside down version, I was like, that's definitely the coolest, most dynamic pose you can do. And he's fighting Toguro. Toguro has 2 face options, and Toguro will be keeping his sunglasses on because he looks really, really, really creepy without his sunglasses on, and we all know it. Next up, I have my Lucy from Elfen Lied figures, the 20th anniversary edition, also by Figurama. I pre-ordered this one a while ago as well. I pre-ordered it in about September 2024, so it hasn't been quite 2 years yet. But again, that's typical for Figurama. I expect them to take a long time. This one is also considered to be about 1/6 scale. However, it does have an estimated release date of Q1 to Q3 of 2026. So hopefully I should be getting Lucy this year. Elfen Lied is one of my favorite anime of all time. It's one of the first anime introduced to me as I was really like growing out of adolescence and into adulthood, and made me realize that anime is not for kids. I absolutely fell in love with it. The music is amazing. The story is amazing. And a few years ago, I actually went back and I finished the entire manga. So thankfully now I know the entire story. This figure is so dynamic. It looks so amazing. I can't believe the base is this entire thing that just encompasses like the entire first scene. It's the gore and the carnage and the wreckage of everything she destroyed in that first scene when she was escaping the facility at the beginning of Elfen Lied. I can't wait to have this. Unfortunately, there are only 500 and they are already sold out. However, they did create a bust as well that's only about $200, and the bust of Lucy, it's basically just the top half of this figure without the base, so it still looks really, really, really good, is still available. So if you're interested in Lucy, she's sold out, but you can still go get the bust now. One really cool thing about the Lucy figure, by the way, is that it does come with a special 20th anniversary pin. I've never showed it off on my channels or anything, but I do actually have a really cool pin collection of both Disney, Pokemon, and other pins I've been collecting over the years. So I'm really excited to be able to get that as well. It wasn't something I was looking forward to while getting Lucy, but it's something I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to have with it because it is one of my favorite anime of all time. And lastly, for Q2 to Q3 of 2026, most likely going to be pushed back from that, is one last Figurama figure. I already mentioned that I have Teresa versus Priscilla, but this time I got the Clare versus Ophelia figure. Clare versus Ophelia is really cool because this one is actually featured in the anime and isn't in a manga exclusive scene like the Teresa versus Priscilla one that I have. It's actually kind of funny because when I first pre-ordered Lucy, I was like, no, that's it. I'm done. No more Figuramas. They're so big, they're so beautiful, but I just can't. I have nowhere to put them anymore. And then right away, a month later, they came out with Clare versus Ophelia, which is literally something me and my husband said we would only ever get if they made that specific scene and that specific fight. And now we have it, and I'm even more excited because it's the first figure by Figurama that I'm going to own that actually has LED lights in the base to make the water glow. It's going to look so cool. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of LED lights in figures. You tend to have to charge them, and they're not always in a good place to charge. And again, this one is only about 500 pieces, and it is sold out already. So you can no longer obtain this figure unless you get into aftermarket. My history with Figurama figures is all of them will go up ridiculously high in the aftermarket, which, not going to lie, makes me a little bit more excited to own them. Now, lastly, I do have everything pre-ordered for the year. That's everything I've already purchased. However, there is one last figure that I'm really thinking about getting. It's the Trico figure from The Last Guardian by the company Torch. I want it so bad. Every time I look at it, I'm like, should I? And Instagram is starting to recommend it to me all the time. My only problem with this one is most Figurama figures are a little less to a little over $1,000, and those are the biggest, most expensive figures that I own. Trico by Torch is going to be $2,000, so he'd be the most expensive figure I own in my entire collection. And he's a little shorter than my Teresa versus Priscilla, which feels a little weird that I'd spend more for a less amazing figure, but it does look so amazing. I love The Last Guardian. It may not be my favorite game of all time, but something about this figure makes me think I need it. What do you guys think? Honestly, I'd kind of like your opinion. It's pretty pricey, but do you think I should be getting this Trico figure by Torch? I've never gotten a figure by Torch before. They don't make a whole lot, but this one just looks so amazing. Do you think I should get that Roxas by Form-ism I was talking about, or should I get that Fran by Goodsmile company that I was saying that I really want? Let me know in the comments which ones you think that I should get that I've been talking about pre-order today, as well as which ones you're the most excited to see unboxing of. Definitely look forward to all of these figures. They're all going to be featured on my channel at some point as they come in. Look forward to God Loki. He's coming out really soon. He's supposed to be arriving next week. Honestly, let me know if you guys can think of any other videos you'd like to see. I'm always open to suggestions. I have a lot of figures in my collection. It's hard to know which ones you guys think you'd want to see more of or which ones to show off. So if there's anything you're interested in, definitely let me know and what you want to see more of in the future. Thank you all so much for coming to my channel today, seeing what I have pre-ordered. I hope you're just as excited as I am about seeing some of these once they finally come in. This is probably the most figures I've already had pre-ordered at the beginning of the year in my entire life. So it's kind of overwhelming, but really exciting how many things I have coming in soon. I hope you look forward to it. I hope to see you all soon for all of my future unboxings and other videos. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it and want to see all my future videos. Remember to subscribe to make sure you get notifications that those videos pop up. Have a wonderful day. I'm Sora LaChance. Bye.